using cotton yarn, rings, and even though the yarn recommended crochet hook is 5 millimeters, I'm gonna be using 3.5 for tighter stitches. I don't want stretch in this project at all. So we'll start with a slip knot here. Actually leave that tail longer so we can attach it to the rings just enough, and then make a knot here and then chain 16 and chain them loosely. Even you can use a larger hook like 4.5 to make that first chain a little bit looser if you crochet really tight. Seven, 8. Okay, now I can switch to my smaller crochet hook. Skip the first chain and into the second chain and all the way till the end. We'll do single crochets. You will have 15 single crochets in that first row. For the second row, chain 1 and then another 15 single crochets all the way till the end. And then we'll do that for a total of 7 rows. We have 7 rows of single crochets. That will be the beginning, and then the end of our panel will also have 7 rows of single crochets. So you just know ahead of time what's waiting for us. When our 7 rows are done, we'll chain 1 and we'll turn, and then we'll have a single crochet into that first single crochet. Then yarn over 1 time for an extended double crochet. So we're gonna have 1 loop pulled, then pull a loop through the first loop only, then pull a loop to the next 2 loops, and then pull a loop to the next 2 loops. So you're going 3 times through the stitch, but with only 1 yarn over. So the next stitch is a single crochet, and then we have another extended double crochet, and then we'll just repeat those all the way till the end. Single crochet and an extended double crochet, which is yarn over 1 but going 3 times through the stitch. And we have those little tiny bumps for a little bumpy texture, and all the way till the end. Single crochet, extended double, single, extended double, single, extended double, and here I end up with a single. Then we chain 1, we turn, and we will do only single crochets in this row. So we have our bumps only in the front. And then here is my last stitch. And then we'll repeat again those 2 rows. We'll chain 1, we'll do a single crochet at the beginning, and then we'll have an extended double crochet there, single crochet after that, extended double, because the bumps, they actually happen at the front when we work them. This is the back side and this is the front. So we have these little tiny bumps, not too big, not too small, but just enough to show us that there is something different going on there. And I will work this pattern for about 8 inches. And then I will have another 7 rows, just like this, of single crochets. And I'll meet you there. Extend it. This is a super easy project. I'm making those as a gift and I wanted to make a video about them. I was given fruits, homegrown fruits and veggies, and instead of just a thank you card, I wanted to say thank you with something that I can make for them. So even though I don't grow any fruits, I can do something handmade that they can use in their kitchen, because everybody needs to hang their towel somewhere in the kitchen. And I picked this neutral color. I think it will go anywhere. And that's how it goes. I like those bubbles, are very subtle, but they have great texture. I like the contrast here. I'll see you later. So here are my 8 inches of the pattern, right about here. And for me, there were 15 rows of bumps, and with the second row, it's about 15, 16, no, actually 30 rows then, because back and forth. And then I ended up with 8 rows of single crochet here, because my stitches here are a little bit tighter than here. Here are a little bit looser and softer, so it's much easier to go around the ring. But here I needed 1 more row to get that. So be mindful of that. It's not a big deal. You just work with whatever you have. And this is the back, and this is the front. So I have 7 bumps in each row. So if you want to make it larger, you're gonna have more. If you want to make it skinnier, then too skinny, it did not work for me because it bunched too much here when you pull it on your oven door with your towel through the rings. So I wouldn't go less than this width, which in this case is about 3.5 inches. And I can finish now the end here. I put my work through the loop so I can get that closed, and I already made a boo-boo here. There you go. Oh, it twisted, that's why. That's okay. There now. And you can either use a needle to sew, or you can use your crochet hook and just go through the bottom of your work. I'll do this, and then I'm going on the back, and I'll make sure I catch my end. And then I'll find the edge of the last row and I'll pull a loop over here, and I'll get my working yarn, pull a loop around it. There. Try one more time. It's gonna be a challenge, but I'm a little bit lazy to go upstairs to grab a needle, so this will work. It's okay. So pull through here And then I'll go through the next stitch and I'll grab also one stitch from the edge as well. So here I'll grab that loop of the next stitch. There. And now I can have my yarn. And through the stitch, like slip stitches. But we'll slip them through each stitch here. And then through each stitch as well. That's on the edge. There. It just works. It's a little bit more work, but this is up to you how you want to do it. Okay, here's the next. And then I'll pull it through the stitch, and it looks like a little chain over here, right this, right here. I'll do the same thing. So this will be about 15 times since we have 15 stitches. I counted, I stayed. I didn't lose any stitches. You cannot lose actually, because you have to follow the pattern. If you end up here with like 6 bubbles, then you missed one. You have to go back and fix it because it's not gonna look good. And there it is. Perfect, I got it. The other side will be much easier because my stitches are not that tight. And that's why it looks a little bit wonky, because my stitches are so loose. And here, that pattern kind of got everything tighter. And it worked this way. I like it. I like the color. It's quite neutral. I think it's gonna make a perfect gift. And once I'm done, it goes in a gift bag and off to the front with the veggies. Yeah, so it's really nice to have fresh veggies from a garden, and then to say thank you with something handmade as well. There, you can tell here the little chain that forms. It looks good. And it's quite tight around the ring. And I'll go ahead and finish this, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Just one more tip: when you reach the end, do a chain, a tight chain here of 2 or 3, just so you can have a sturdier end. And then you leave some extra yarn and then weave in the ends. And here it is, all ready. And this is the side, the other side. And I like the finished edge here of the chain. They match, and it's very nice to the touch as well. Here is the back, and the towel will go through here. I have a towel, and I already have the pattern, the tutorial for these towel holder. And now this one, and this pattern I already have on the channel as a dishcloth, so you can make it a matching dishcloth, this as well. So all these have matching dishcloths, and even a hand towel for this one that you can make in a nice little hostess gift, or it's gonna be perfect. Let's try the towel. can also make those to sell. They're a popular item, quick make. Just I used an afternoon, and even I made a video making it. So it was a quick tutorial and a quick little gift to give. Happy crocheting. Catch you in the next one. Subscribe.